Okay, welcome to Beyond Animation, and this is something that I usually don't do, so welcome. The reason why I'm making this video is because there's a lack of, tutorials on how to play this game, and that's kind of sad. With the US release coming up, I think all the secrets of this game have already been discovered within a few days. At least, I think I found a few that we can talk about here in this video. This is not going to be anything character specific, although character specific stuff will come up. This is just discussing the main concepts, mechanics, and game combat and stuff of this game. So before we start, in order to get this game, you do need a Japanese PlayStation account. Okay, so we're at the character select screen, and there's two modes to play this game. There's manual and there's normal. Normal is just auto combos. You don't have to string anything yourself. So I'm not gonna focus on that. But let's talk about the manual mode. We're just gonna play things on manual. I'm gonna use Stain because he's my favorite character to use, and my support's gonna be Ida and Todoroki. We're just gonna fight Shigaraki and Saratoga and All for One here as well. Okay, so first things first, let's get into movement. The left analog stick is used to move around the map. If you tap L1, you get a dash. You can, close the distance and whatnot. This dash can do more. We'll get into that later. R1 is the block. You can do a lot more with the block, and as I said before, we'll get into that later. And X is to jump. Now let's talk about your supports. For whatever support you have, there's a button that corresponds for it. So your first support is mapped to the L2 button, while your second support is mapped to the R2 button. And as you see, those two come out, And here's a little thing about that. If you hold the support button for whichever one you want, they won't go out until you let it go. So you see Ida stood there a while. So you can use that to extend combos and whatnot. And speaking of combos, on to the combat. Square is your light attack button. You use 4 of these and it strings into a little auto combo. Triangle is your heavy attack. See with Stain, he throws 2 knives at you, and if I would have hit triangle again, afterward I would dash to them. But other characters essentially have like one. It's basically your quirk, essentially. Triangle is the activation of your quirk, and circle is your unique button. So with Stain I get that, and if I were to keep tapping the button, it would go on a little bit longer. So more combat. If you use the left analog stick in any direction while tapping square, as you saw right there, you got in a move that's essentially made you glow and it launched him. So that's a launcher for Stain, but essentially it is an armor move. Now what an armor move means is, while I do this move, it essentially is interruptible. I do take damage, but you cannot interrupt it. Okay? You can also do one in the air, and that's that essentially. Now you can do it with triangle as well. So if I were to tap 4 with triangle, Stain would do like a little stab. Now Stain has some interesting mechanics. If I do it backwards with him and I press circle, I get a parry. Well, I'll show you what that looks like later, but essentially Stain has a parry. Other characters have unique stuff, but this is Stain. Stain has a parry with it. Now, if you block and press square, you get if you block and press square, you get an unblockable move. So this move is unblockable, but it's not invincible like the armored move, so I can get hit out of it. But as you can see, I can use it, and if you're blocking, it will hit you and it will break your guard essentially. Now, onto super attacks. So if you hold the block button and you hold triangle, you get a level 1 super. And that Stain's level 1 super for you. If you hold the triangle button and you press circle, you get his level 2. Now, in order to use supers, you see that little blue bar up there, you need to fill it up. Okay? And to fill those up, you need to use your support. So constantly call your supports out during a match, and they help fill up your bar faster. And the reason it does that is because of the level 3. Now if you hold block and you hit triangle and circle, you get a level 3, which calls out your supports, and for like a team combination technique, which is pretty cool. As you see, that did a lot of damage. Half his health is gone, but you usually don't see that often in matches. So, but if you can set that up some way and combo into it, you're definitely on the right track. Now let's talk about just guarding. Just guarding is if you hit the block button at the right time while an opponent attacks. There's a just guard, which leaves them open for you to counter. Now let's see if I can show you that along with Stain's parry. So let's try his parry. You can see Shigaraki is kicking my ass here when I'm just trying to show you the parry, and there is Stain's parry. We finally got it. See if I can do it again. No, I can't because I got hit, and here comes this combo with the level 2 again. Jesus. And there it is, the just guard, finally after 20 years. But yeah, so that's essentially what you do with your just guard. Also, there's a few recovery options in this game. Like if I were to get hit, that's okay. So if I were to get hit with that attack and he threw me into the air, if I tap X, I recover. If I press the L1 button, I dash to him. But the problem with that is I am invulnerable in this game when I do an air dash. Okay, so I can, as you can see, I can get hit by that. You cannot block in the air, so that's something to keep in mind when you end up in the air. So on to combo canceling. So you can cancel a combo to a few things. Let's do Stain's traditional combo. Okay, I'm gonna cancel it into his heavy. I'm gonna use his light, cancel it into his special, his unique attack, and then into his heavy. So let's give it a try. So you first do 3 hits, 1, 2, 3, then you mash that, and then boom, boom. That's combo canceling for you essentially. 1, 2, 3. And now you can also cancel combos into supers. So let's try it again. And that's cancelled into the level 2 super. And you see it hits. That's a pretty cool mechanic that you can mess around with different characters, because different characters do different stuff, and you can have longer combos. Like I've seen a few with Ida. I'm not really gonna show here because I haven't played Ida, but yeah, you can also do it with his level 1 like this. Well, no, that's his ignore that. That is my mistake. 1, 2, 3. There's longer combos, but this is just an example. And this is a unique thing with Stain. Let me pause here to talk about that. So if you do his unblockable after his level 1, usually the recovery animation in this game is pretty bad. People have a lot of invincibility frames on recovering. But with Stain, if you do his level 1, and then you do his unblockable, the enemy rises up again, and you can extend your combo like that. And that's, I think, is a pretty optimal way to use Stain. Now let's talk about how to get up there when you launch someone. When you launch someone, you tap the dash button, and you get up there. And this is a nice mechanic too. So if I hit him into the wall, he sticks into the wall, and I can do another combo. So I can extend combos that way. So see if he falls back into the wall. Well, he didn't fall back into the wall, but he stays in the wall for a few seconds, and you can carry your combos to the wall. You can also use your supports to help with combos. So I'm gonna call it Ida, and I'm gonna do this, and Ida didn't do anything. But yeah, I'm gonna do this. Bop, bop. Let me call it Todoroki, and Todoroki missed as well. Trust me, you can do this stuff. All right. So Ida bounces him, and look, I get a little combo like that, and boom, you get a little combo from that. Alright? That's essentially everything that I know are in this game. You know, like the basic mechanics. That's excluding character unique stuff, because Shigaraki has an instant kill that he can pull off. Deku has a few tricks up his sleeve. You know, there's a lot of stuff that each character does which makes this game stand out and feel unique. But that's the basics of Hero Academia 1's Justice. And hey, this has been Beyond Animation. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked anything that I say, and turn that bell notification on so you get notified to my uploads. And I'll see you in the next one. If Shigaraki can hit me instead of running around like an idiot, that'd be dope. And he's using his super. Okay, this video is gonna be a little longer than I wanted it to be. Holy shit, Shigaraki, can you stop?